What's up, guys? Level 100 Agron here. It has been a fucking while. I've been meaning to get this video up for a while, but I finally got my new hard drive installed, and my friend helped me fix my fucking computer hard drive, so now I have 1.6 terabytes of space. Fucking sweet, right? So anyways, this is kind of short, so I'm gonna get into it. Today is the Q&A video that I've been overdue for. So the first question was, I believe, from Rista, and if I get who the question was from wrong, please correct me in the comments because I don't have my channel open and these questions were some time ago. What made you want to upload videos to begin with? I talked about it very briefly in some older videos that I had, that weren't really focused on anything. And basically, when I was younger, I used to be really into Call of Duty 4, and I used to fucking like jizz my pants over watching like Hutch and Seenanders in them, and I just really liked the commentary. And then like I started to get into Soul Calibur again because I picked up Soul Calibur 5, and it sort of revitalized my. I don't know how that didn't grab him. Somebody tell me, because he was pressing a button. It sort of revitalized my love for this series, and I decided, and then I found Faros, and I love Faros. He's probably one of my favorite commentators ever. Shoutouts to Faros. And then I always wanted to do a YouTube channel because I always thought, like, growing up, I just loved games, and like I always wanted to do something like that. And the idea of being able to in the future potentially make a little bit of money here or there from just doing what I like and entertaining people like I used to be entertained was a really cool thought to me, because at the end of the day, all I really want to do is bring some entertainment and show you guys some cool shit with some guys you might not really be too familiar with. So second question. I do not have your name on the top of my head, and I'm very fucking sorry. I will leave them in the description or something, or you can just leave a comment. In regards to the Soul Calibur series, which one is your favorite and why, and which one is your least favorite? Honestly, I would probably say my favorite one will be Soul Calibur 4. That was the one that I that was my first fighting game I ever played online ever. And I just loved the way that they went about the combat. They made the combat a lot more flashy. Like, it was flashy yet efficient, so combos looked a lot cooler. They didn't look so dry and kind of bare bones compared to Soul Calibur 5. I mean, the only real bad thing about Soul Calibur 4 was the netcode was fucking shit. As for my least favorite one, maybe Soul Calibur for the PSP, or maybe Soul Calibur 3, but those would only have to do with the fact because I never really played any of them. I had always heard the PSP one was really bad, but then again, I could be very, very, very wrong. You know, I'll just go ahead and say probably Soul Calibur 2, not from a standpoint of like it's a bad game, because it's a great Soul Calibur game. I didn't have it online, and I played it on GameCube, so I would always do the dungeon mode, and fighting Berserk a million fucking times to get to the end of the dungeon is the most infuriating fucking thing ever. Next question is favorite joke. Pretty straightforward. I don't have a favorite joke in particular. I'm very what's the word I want to say, ruthless. I really don't have any like filter, I guess, when it comes to jokes like at all. I don't really have a favorite one in particular. I just like anything if it's like really over the top. Like if I just was like, I just tell people that I rape and beat my mom for fun, because it's funny to me. Some people believe it, and then I tell them that I'm just kidding, and then it's okay, because it's funny. I don't know, just generally anything that is really, really, really over the top, and, like, you can just say, and, like, people are just like, oh, I don't really like that thought, or, like, convincing people of something ridiculous, like, my friends and I convinced this girl and a lot of my friends that my dad is building a full-scale model of the Iron Giant. And they believe me. They still believe me to this day. They might not ever find out, maybe. I hope not. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, I don't really limit myself on jokes. I'm pretty ruthless. I just think that if you don't have a good sense of humor and you can't laugh at the bad in life, then... Because, I mean, the world's so full of bad as is, like, why not stop and laugh at the bad, you know? That might not make sense to some people, but in my mind that makes sense. Just like, I don't know, people starving in Africa, they don't have any food. Some of them may die. Well, I have food, and I am happy, and I will waste this food, but because I know that I can't do anything to stop it, so there's no reason to be sad about it or upset, because, I mean, there's bad stuff in the world. That's just how it is. I mean, you guys may not like that, but that's just how my sense of humor is. I mean, I try to filter it from time to time if somebody's like, hey man, I don't really like this, or this, but for the most part, I will not filter myself. That was a pretty sick comeback, by the way. I give myself props for that. Anyways, the last one is, why is it companies like Capcom continue their DLC practices knowing it will piss off fans and hurt their reputation? Basically, I really could not tell you. I wish that I could. My personal belief is Capcom is no longer a company for the fans. They sort of are just all about making a quick buck. Like, they held the Darkstalkers, like the new Darkstalkers game, for ransom if not enough people bought Darkstalkers Resurrection. Like, that's when you know that a company is just completely sold out and they want nothing but money. That's my new cross-up setup, by the way. It's kind of interesting because you might not expect it to come. Throwing out scroll to hold them in place, and then you web zip under, and then do a heavy web throw to throw them back in the corner, and you get a whole combo. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, basically, I just think that they have stopped caring. They no longer are for the fans, as DMC may have shown. On-disc DLC is not something that I really suggest doing. I don't really understand why companies do it. I think that it really kind of limits them in terms of what they can produce for content. And what I mean by that is, like, okay, we have... I'll just use Injustice as an example. Like, I don't really care that Injustice has done it, because I think this is the first time NetherRealm has done on-disc DLC. Okay, we have these 4 characters already pre-lined up because they are already on the disc. We're going to release this one this date, this one this date, this one this date. And I feel like that's just not a good decision, because it really limits what you can do in terms of DLCs, because that means that you're set on this track and you can't break away from it, because, like, you're not gonna... I don't even think you can just remove code from the game that's already on disc. It's really a confusing thing to me, because I really do not understand what goes through, like, Capcom's head when they make some of the decisions they do. When your game is getting top 10 on the PSN downloads, and you're just not happy and you won't give your fans a new game because of it, that's really greedy, and you're kind of a shithead. I really don't know. It's a tough but a good question. I mean, if one of you guys in the comments want to give me your feelings or opinions on that, let me know. This is actually a cross-up setup. If he wouldn't have gotten hit by the maximum spider, I would have crossed him up, and then the web ball would have hit him and frozen him in place. I've been kind of playing around with some interesting new tech with Spider-Man. I've been trying to develop some better stuff. I did develop my first 800k combo with him. I mean, you guys probably won't see it on here because online on Marvel is fucking terrible. Basically, okay, so what I'll do a reverse queue here. Instead of you guys asking me, I'll ask you guys a question. What do you guys feel would help improve Marvel as a whole? Do you think that something like reduced damage would help? Do you think that it needs dedicated servers? Like, what is it that you guys think would improve Marvel as a whole? I personally think that, like, the easiest fix for Marvel, like, the main reason that I really hate Marvel and do not enjoy playing it is because the netcode is so fucking bad. You guys literally don't even get to see, like, half of the shit that I know how to do because I drop it so much, because netcode is such a fucking force to be reckoned with on this game. And, like, I don't normally dashboard, and, like, you guys can be like, yeah, whatever, but I really usually do not dashboard, but when I dashboard on a game, because its connection is so unbearable that I just feel like that was not me playing, that was just the game fucking me over. Like, how do you drop a spider bite? Like, I don't fuck that up in training mode ever. Like, Marvel is just a game that needs to be fixed, and I'm hoping that with the Street Fighter 4 2013 edition, they look to the Marvel community and fix it up, because I think that it could be an even better game than it is now. If the cast was more playable and more characters were viable on teams, I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts on my question was, and leave a question below if you have anything you would like to ask me. I'm Level Leonard Agron. More consistent videos will be back soon. I have 2 terabytes to work with now. I love you all, and peace out, Girl Scout.